Welcome back into Eye on Agriculture. I'm Britton Rucker. We're keeping an eye on the grain markets now following the latest USDA supply and demand report and new export figures. Joining us now, Dan O'Brien, agricultural economist with Kansas State University, to break down what these numbers mean for producers here at home. Dan, as always, welcome back to the program.
Thank you very much, Brittany.
Now, Dan, the USDA just released updated supply and demand numbers. What stood out to you the most in this report?
Probably the biggest standout issue was the increase in corn export projections, up now to 3.3 billion, was 3.2. The highest we've ever had historically was 2.7. And when you look at some of the numbers released just today by the USDA this morning, actually, the pace of corn exports still holding up very, very, very well. Coming out of that report, you have basically sideways to a little bit higher corn prices, but the real movement has happened in soybeans, which is up over $1 over the last several days, and also for hard red winter wheat has also come in pretty strong at up basically about 40 to 60 cents in the last bit of time. So to me, those look like selling opportunities for people that still have old crop grain.
Yeah, absolutely.
And might give us some new crop opportunities as we keep going forward. So interesting times. I would say exports are the name of the game right now, and a lot of that has to do with geopolitics and agreements between the U.S. and China, especially for soybeans, for grain sorghum, also tied in on the feed grain complex. So just an interesting time, Brittany.
Yeah, absolutely. The markets have been anything but boring. I think a lot of producers wish they were maybe a little boring-er, but you know, we'll take it here. Now, Dan,
boring at a higher level.
Boring at a higher level. I like that. Dan,
Right.
Did anything in these new figures significantly change? You talked about soybeans a little bit there, but what about even corn and wheat prices?
We've been plagued for a good while by pretty wide bases. It's a polite thing to say that we have a storage problem. We have big crops and are trying to figure out how to move grain before the next year. So we really haven't gotten out of, in essence, large stocks here in Kansas and in the U.S., but with the usage numbers we were talking about on the export side, there's some hope off into the future that will move that grain and be in better position for the 26 crop.
Now, with this new data on the table, what should producers here in Kansas be thinking about as they make marketing decisions this month?
We'll be cleaning up old crop sales. Again, we have large inventories that came out of 2026, which is a great thing. You have lots of units of crop to sell, but for whatever they haven't sold so far, they'll be looking for price gains in corn and sorghum to match what we have now seen somewhat in soybeans and winter wheat. So, and beyond that, we're heading into the time frame when it's not far where the planters will come out, and we'll decide on what our acreage will be. The rest of the country is looking towards more soybeans, less corn this year. In Kansas, in different parts of the state, we'll go to what our comparative advantage is, I think, largely. If we're good at corn, if we're good at soybeans or wheat or sorghum, that's probably where we'll go.
Well, Dan, thanks so much for coming on and chatting with me. Everyone stick around to Eye on Agriculture. We'll be back after the break.